Okay, sir, these kind of conferences in Hyderabad, I mean, how does it help for the promotion of this infrastructure and about the awareness?
For instance, today's discussion led to one very sensible and very pragmatic proposal, very much like a Bangalore Agenda Task Force that has been created by entrepreneurs, public administrators, with the government's blessings some years ago, which has generated a lot of energy, some powerful ideas, and brought some very high-quality entrepreneurs into the whole issues of governance. I think we need something like that in Hyderabad because we are quite uniquely placed. Our infrastructure is a fairly good order. And even where we are deficient, like water supply, right now, power crisis in the state, etc., there is a reasonable and realistic hope that things will get better in the next year or so because there are now plans underway to execute them quickly. Therefore, this is the time for the industry now to seize the initiative and sit with the government officials, and we must create an institutional forum for continued engagement with productive and definite outcomes. Similarly, unless we go in for some kind of a cluster where Hyderabad is known for a particular kind of industry and has competitive advantage on account of the cluster effect, we will not really gain the kind of advantage that we need in the modern world in industrialization. So these are the ideas that will really come up, germinate here. And once with this networking and these ideas, we actually follow up with action, not merely with a lot of words, then certainly, even in sometimes gloomy atmosphere, we can overcome cynicism and despair, and we can make a lot of improvement possible. And I really believe that there's a lot of room for optimism. While we have lost some years in Hyderabad or perhaps in the rest of the country because of bad policies and lethargy and neglect, modern world gives us tremendous opportunity to really recover the lost ground quickly because there is technology, there are resources, there are powerful ideas, there are experiences from all over the world. We can quickly change things, and we have to bring that energy to the table and leadership to the table.
And this Telangana issue, we can overcome this problem and, we can solve out and see where we see our future of Hyderabad.
No, first of all, industry must overcome this excessive, exaggerated worry about Telangana or no Telangana. How does it matter?
People are more worried about this issue only.
See, Hyderabad city will remain. The people will remain. The geography is not going to run away somewhere. Nobody is going to build a wall anywhere. So whether it happens or not, it's a political issue. We must do two things. One, the industry and others must create an environment in which it doesn't matter which state, which district, who cares which district. Do you know that in Hyderabad city there are probably 3 districts? Hyderabad, Rangareddy, and parts of Medak. Does anybody care? Similarly, states, how do you care? So we must create that kind of a psychological framework in which doesn't matter what's the political boundary. The economic realities are their real realities, and the city is a reality. The second is, all big cities, not only Hyderabad, it applies to Mumbai, it applies to Chennai, it applies to Delhi, of course, it applies to Kolkata, it applies to Pune, all big cities in the country. We must create a mechanism by which they are practically treated on par with the states. They may be a part of the state notionally, but they are overwhelming economic and demographic realities. Most of the civilization, most of the culture, most technology, most job creation, most economic activity is centered around these big cities. And if the cities are undermined, economic growth of the country itself is undermined. It's not just one small political problem locally. Therefore, unless we create an administrative and political framework in which cities are insulated from the vagaries of politics elsewhere, I think India will not really do as well as it should. If you look at the great cities of the world, whether London or New York or something else, nobody really cares about the mayor. Nobody cares about the governor of the state. It's the mayor and his administration, the city administration. Whether it's Boston City recent marathon bombing or New York City 9/11 or something else, or London or some other city, it's always the mayor who is all important. The city government is all important. It's almost as important, sometimes more important than the governor of the state and the state government. We must bring that situation to our cities, and that's when we'll be safe. Let's not bring this party politics into this. Politics must be about lives and livelihoods, not about parties and these needless divisions in society.